Hey everyone, so I heard recently that Zalt made top 32 with a KINKOU Wayfinder deck, and it made me want to revisit an old deck that I used to play that has KINKOU Wayfinder and uses it to summon Teemo. I basically took his deck and saw some of the cards in it and tried to incorporate those into like the old deck that I used to play and kind of wanted to see how good it would do. So yeah, as I mentioned, basically the main combo of this deck is to play KINKOU Wayfinder, which is allegiance, and once you hit allegiance you summon two 1-cost allies from your deck. You get Navori Blade Scouts, which deal 2 and are elusive, but mainly you want to hit the Teemos, right? Because Teemo, when he strikes, he plants 5 poison puff caps, and so you can potentially have 3 on the board at the same time. Like if you play Teemo, then KINKOU Wayfinder both other Teemos, you can end up with 3 different Teemos on the field at the same time. And like the dream, even though it never happens, is that one day I'll eventually be able to have 3 leveled up Teemos on the board, and just be able to hit face with all of them and like give them infinite shrooms. And I guess I'm like chasing that high roll, even though it's so hard to get off. Like it's requires so many things to go right, and I guess I just keep like chasing that high, I guess. Then you run Zed, another good aggressive champion to get some damage in. Now the old version used to run Mystic Shots, I think 2 Mystic Shots, which are pretty good because extra burn, and it can also be used for removal to get rid of some of the other elusives, for example, that might normally block you. Especially if they have like a little shitty elusive, you're gonna be able to play like really big elusives, right? Or like big green glades, and you'd rather be able to mystic their little blocker to be able to get like 5 in, right? Kind of thing. But the problem with that is that because you're running 8 of those PNZ cards, you're less likely to hit KINKOU Wayfinder. And I just miss it too much that I felt like I kind of wanted to drop it down. You also could just consider running Mystics instead of Get Excited if that's the case, and you're still only at 6 PNZ, which is probably fine. But I think Get Exciteds are a little bit just more burn, right? So I opted for those. And then I saw Zalt's deck, and again, to be fair, it's probably better. He got top 32 with it. So, and I mean, obviously he's a really good player, so it probably makes a lot of sense. But that version, it just basically runs infinite units. And I really like the old version of this deck, playing like Nopifies and like Retreats and Twins. I think it's really good to just have like reactivity in your spells. And so yeah, you play these 2 elusive 1-drops that you're going to summon from KINKOU Wayfinder. You play other elusives like Duo, which when you summon another ally, you grant an extra 1 attack. Then Navori Conspirator. So to play him, you have to recall an ally, which isn't the best, but it's also good that you have targets like Navori Blade Scout to use it on, because Navori Blade Scout loses its elusive keyword after 1 round. So it's always good to be able to like bring it back into your hand and replay it later for more damage. And it's also a good elusive itself. You can also use this onto a Highwayman, which is a pretty awkward unit, but he was using it, and I do think it kind of makes sense, especially when you buffing it with other cards like Keeper of the Masks, which I'll get to in 1 second. Yeah, so Highwayman, when you summon it, you get another one, like a Navori Brickhand with the same stats. Now, to be honest, his version runs Greenglade Elder to buff units in the hand, which really synergizes with this card. So this card honestly could just be cut. I just couldn't really think of anything that was like more amazing than this card, like anything really good. Like Young Witch could be considered, but I mean, giving quick attack to these elusives doesn't really matter, I don't think. I mean, it is 1 extra damage, maybe. I figured maybe I would just want some blockers sometimes to make sure I don't die, because you don't really want to be blocking with elusives, right? And then also you can buff them later with like Windfare Hatchling. You can also buff them with Keeper of the Masks once they're on the field to possibly push through some damage. But again, you could cut this because maybe there's not enough synergy to make this card valuable enough. Now, Shadow Assassin also has the effect of drawing 1, so resummoning that with Conspirator is also not bad. Same with KINKOU Wayfinder. And so Hatchling when summoned gives other allies +2/+2. So that's really good because you're buffing all your board, preferably elusives, and just making, and it's like a nuts game winner for elusives. The old version never used to run this, but I think it is a fun card because you can go pretty wide in this deck. A lot of times when you play Hatchling, it's simply just like a free win. Like, you just have way too much damage by playing this. If you have a couple other elusives on the field, they just get increased by so much attack, and it's just too much damage for them to deal with a lot of the time. And even the unit itself is pretty good amount of damage, like 4 elusive damage is pretty clean. Yeah, so Conspirator works on a lot of these different effects, even though you probably won't ever make it to like turn 9 where you need to replay this again. Technically, a lot of these units do have good effects if on summon. Yeah, then Usari, just another good unit. Like 4 elusive damage is quite a bit, as well as having Challenger, which you're most time not going to use this, but you technically can if the situation calls for it. Like maybe you really need to remove a target if you're gonna like die to be able to stall until your next attack where you finish them off, kind of thing. And I think I value the damage more than like that elusive, like the 4-cost elusive but it has lifesteal. I forget what it's called, but I think I value this amount of damage more than like the healing. Then yeah, you have burn with Get Excited. Then you have all your protection, which is like Nopes, Retreats, and Twin. Yeah, to reiterate, basically you're playing these elusives, buffing them up with Keeper of the Masks or eventually Windfare or Hatchling. Wayfinder can be played and get you a crap load of damage in like one turn for one action. And yeah, there's a decent amount of chance that they'll actually connect to face because you have some protection. So I gotta say as well, so you guys don't like get tilted at me or anything, this deck was going good at first, and then I started constantly running into Bilgewater and Shadow Isles deck, and sometimes literally both Shadow Isles and Bilgewater, and they have like Vile Feast, Whales, Make It Rain and stuff, and Go Hards, all that crap. This deck is not very good into that, even though it technically does have some answers. It's all your units are pretty shitty. They're all pretty much 1 health for the most part. And so yeah, if you're playing against a lot of Shadow Isles and Bilgewater or both like I was today, definitely don't use this deck. it's not the best into that. I mean, it's probably not amazing in general overall, but it is just a fun deck I like to revisit every once in a while, because I do really like to try to get that high roll combo of getting Wayfinder into like 3 different Teemos and leveling them up and planting like infinite shrooms. Also, the deck is not the easiest to play. Like, although I play it like one day every like couple months or so I'm not like an expert or anything in this, but even though I have played it like a decent amount, I still misplay like quite often. Like, you really do have to like be planning ahead. It's not like the easiest deck to use. Like, if you really want to make sure to maximize this win rate, you really got to be thinking ahead and banking mana sometimes to make sure your units are protected. Maybe saving some cards like Wayfinder until you can also buff them with a Keeper of the Mask. Kind of like, there's a lot of different little combos you got to be thinking ahead about what you want to do. And yeah, maybe you guys will try it out, and maybe you'll get the high roll combo of like infinite Teemos. Yeah, that's about it. If you guys haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. Maybe even like the video if you liked it. Everything helps out. Also, if you want to see me play anything in the near future, you can leave a comment. I make a Runeterra video every single day somehow. And yeah, so the extra ideas are definitely useful. And I hope you guys like it. Thanks. You're off all on my own. Oh, Poon Knight 69. I'm pretty scared about these time bombs. So I'm gonna decide that they're just not gonna draw them. Agree? I'm kinda down to keep one of these. I can like replay it. And also makes this more likely to give us Teemos. It could be a troll though. That's good for turn 3. So our curve looks okay. We don't have any spells to protect anything, which is kind of sus.
Oh, would you look at this place?
It's kind of awkward because if he passes right here, yeah. So it's like now we can play Zed, but then he's gonna drag it next time. If we just do this, then it kind of plays around that, like making our Zed vulnerable. And unless he has Pokey Stick, we're gonna get 4 damage in. Okay. Got 6 damage in already. Might as well just use this to block now at this point, I think. That kind of sucks. I'm kind of down to just, we can actually miss right here, it sucks, but okay. Sucks that we got this one. We do have a Notify for like a Pokey Stick or something, which is pretty cool. Also, time bombs can't go down this turn, which is good, so they might go down next turn, but we already get our attack in.
Haven't I been here before?
I wonder what the strongest play is. I kind of feel like duo into Zed is the strongest play. I could play KINKOU Wayfinder again. It's actually possible I'll miss. But if I don't miss, I get like most likely two more Teemos. And put like 15 shrooms in the deck. and then level them all up, and they all wouldn't die to time bombs. Okay, let's try it. We still didn't hit the Teemos. That sucks. So now, oh, that's really bad. If he has a time bomb, that's very bad. You have to hope he didn't draw them. Part of the reason I went for this play though is because I can play Windfarer on turn 7. Okay, saying that doesn't matter at all. This thing can attack and this is vulnerable, might as well attack. These can attack. This is actually kind of not good because it'll die to the time bomb, which he probably has for that play he did. So our whole board's like dead actually. The time bombs, we can't play Windfarer on an empty board.
Just a moment.
That's not good. He's gonna die anyways, so it's good that we attack with everything though. Maybe we don't attack with this one then. But, I mean, then he just blocks with that. I don't know. But do we even care if the Zilean's weak? Probably not. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have attacked with that. So we have it alive after the time bomb he plays. Oh, no time bomb. Oh, this is kind of even worse though, right? Because this is like first speed whenever you play something. Like this pops and kills the weakest thing, which is this. Shit. No, our Teemos! Our Teemos!
Everything's better with company.
Says you.
I shouldn't have played duo by the way, because you have a time bomb. I keep forgetting about that. I'd rather notify next turn, so it kind of sucks that he's doing it right now. I think I should probably do it next turn. Like let him do this. Then play Windfarer next turn with the Notify, right? I don't really care about Teemo anymore, right? It's not gonna level up. Unless we hit another Teemo. We play Green Glade, right?
That's my resting.
We get a free Zed play. Okay, now we play Windfarer next turn. And we actually have like oh, it's not even that good of an attack because we don't have any elusives. Okay, he's just taking some shrooms. Okay, so this will, I mean, it's scarier, isn't it? Then we have a Notify in case he does something. Yeah, okay. Wish we had more elusives to buff, but that's crazy. But so much damage there, and Zed was gonna get a clone as well. That's pretty lit. Your cell phone over. GP. What is this? I'm scared. It's like they're gonna be reviving GP and shit with like make it rains. I think we lose. I am scared. We did get a Teemo though right away. If we can get some protection for Teemo, like some Nopes or some twins, might be okay. Yeah, like they're gonna have make it rains for this shit. It's very, very not cool. Oh, we got twin? Okay, that's cool. We bank the mana, we play dead.
without a sound.
And then we have protection for Teemo.
The sea is too shallow, grave. Sink your fear.
You might try to kill this. Yeah. Thinking that he can do that. But not today, sir. Not today.
For everyone.
That was huge. That twin was elite. Yeah, taking the shrooms.
Hang on, Fuzzball.
He doesn't have TF, which is good.
The Yordle here's with me.
Dude, what's crazy is the mask. The mask next turn would have gave me like fucking 20 damage just by itself.
Never underestimate the power
Like
of
Zed would have went to
spell
4. Both those duos would have went to 4 each, right? They each get buffed by the one more unit being summoned and the ability itself. I'd have 16 with just that. And I would have had more mana. That's crazy. Oh no, Poppy Zed. No, they're just a better deck and they have elusives to block mine. That is not cool. I mean, Twin could have been a keep. Okay, Teemo, get in there.
Great outdoors.
Get some shrooms.
Yeah, you never know what
Hoping he didn't have a Navori Blade Scout.
doesn't mean everything. Carrots can fly, Rib. Okay. Hey, Krabby.
That's
I think the play next turn is Blade Scout into Keeper, because we want to make sure he can't just like get a free block on Teemo with this. We want to make sure at least threatens it. It probably won't die because they have infinite fucking spells and shit. Oh, now that's interesting. Now Zed might change the play. That's pushing potentially 6 damage and buffing that to 3. I think it's Zed because he doesn't want. If he wants to block this, like that's infinite damage he's taking, right? So like we're looking at 10 damage this turn, and he doesn't want to block, but he might actually be pressured to block now. Now he has to play something else that can block, maybe. Okay, well that's annoying.
Swiftly.
Again, if he wants to block the Zed, it doesn't really do anything unless he also adds a spell to it.
You like magic? I'll stop you. Adventure starts with mushrooms.
Yeah, so that wasn't like amazing for me, but it wasn't like that bad. It feels like either, I think. It sucks that the duo is dead. Okay, now we can burst speed level this up to threaten that, which is pretty good. These might actually, not that good with Keeper. Highwayman. Like just a bunch of 2/2s.
Quietly. They picked the wrong row.
So we can use this like defensively to threaten that. If he plays a challenger, that's pretty not cool. I don't think it's gonna be the challenger bird though, but it could be.
You're covered.
Okay. I think that's fine, right? No challenger onto Zed. We're holding up mana.
Catch me if you can.
I'm down to trade this.
Looking for this.
Actually, don't we just stop this? No, we don't want him to have more blockers for Zed, I don't think. You Can't rally, so we just play this, I think.
An apt pupil.
My life.
Okay, now
for the
KINKOU
order.
could be interesting if we hit. Please.
Everyone here? Let's go.
Okay, that's actually nuts. And this will actually, oh, I forgot we have it in our hand. We probably should have played this. Oh, I forgot about that. So guys, I haven't played this deck in a long time. What we're actually supposed to do is play the Teemo first, because then the other, it gets put back into the deck to be possibly used with the Wayfinder. So if I play this Teemo first, I could have potentially had 2 more Teemos that would all be leveled up right here. No, we don't attack with this one. Just attack with this first.
The wrong master.
Down from the trees.
You never know what hit him.
And he has to block, it's literally lethal. And then when he does something, then we play this. We don't want to let him know that we're going to level them up. It might change his decisions.
You cannot escape.
No closer.
Yeah, potentially this could have been another Teemo, which would have been crazy.
More for my collection. Ooh, quite a collection.
At least now, like he's threatening, or this is being threatened, and our Teemo will stay alive, unless he plays like another spell. Okay. Probably good though. It gets it away from our face.
Too cute to go.
We're getting him pretty low, I think. We still have a blocker for his. Okay, we got another Teemo, which is good.
I just know the heroes around here
That's
somewhere.
not good. I kind of like playing Keeper of Masks,
Courage.
because then we can actually trade with everything on the board except for Poppy.
Come on, Rib.
Okay, yeah, this is correct. This makes sense. We want to threaten that.
Too late for you.
Probably doesn't matter what we kill with that.
This one's trouble.
I don't know if we send everything in, because we want to be able to be wide and attack, right? I think we're just fine with this. And honestly, getting rid of these buffs is probably okay. Not great, but oh, maybe we shouldn't have actually did all those blocks. Now I think about it, I'm really scared about rally, but
Without a sound.
if we just didn't block that and take 5 more damage, we have another, only 2 attack, I guess, but it could be the difference.
Remember the plan.
Yeah, we have another 2 attack on here if we didn't block that.
You like magic?
And I feel like if we don't kill him here anyways, we lose. So yeah, we shouldn't have blocked one of those things. Probably Poppy.
I'll stop you.
Although then maybe he'd be blocking the Zed with Poppy.
Hope you're sturdy.
No, he's blocking anyways. So yeah, we'd be having 2 more damage. So that's a very not good. Yeah, we'd be at 4, but our health doesn't really matter as long as we're alive, right? As long as it's above 0.
Pledge yourself to the
We do have blockers though, and he has no healing in the deck, and he has shroom.
My friend and I are toll collectors.
Yeah, I don't know.
Only the worthy survive.
I'm trying to feed my family.
I'm kind of scared of him playing an elusive since I don't have an elusive right now. I think I have to block everything.
We've been through a lot.
Yeah, we could have killed him already if we. Oh, there we go. Let's go. Yeah, so we probably shouldn't have blocked everything. Couldn't have rallied that turn. And
None escape their shadow.
I don't know. I guess maybe it's just hindsight bias, so like I know it would have worked in hindsight, but I don't know. Yeah, it still felt pretty good. I honestly thought they'd be way favored because they'd be the stronger deck, like an actual tier 1 deck, and they'd be able to stop what we wanted to do with like buffs and elusives. But yeah, we somehow pulled it off. Okay, Sivir Akshan. They're gonna have sharp sights, of course, which is scary. Zed isn't even that good on turn 4. We don't want to double draw it, so we probably pass up. Sorry. Can't drag it, so we can play this. But our Teemo is going to like guarantee die now next attack, which feels bad. Let's just get the damage in, I guess, while we can. If he passes, it's really awkward. Oh, please, man. He's gonna sharp sight me. I mean, I guess let's get it out of the way early, right? Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with attacking there, even though I know he has sharp sight, because it has challengers. So if he really wanted to like sharp sight attack or like just do this, like it's gonna die anyways, right? You can pass, develop Zed now. That's not good. Maybe do this then.
My friend and I are toll collectors.
My steel is yours.
True.
I'm trying to feed my family.
Okay.
Without a sound.
Okay, so we have no spells to protect this dude.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Hopefully he doesn't have any way to stop this.
I'll scout ahead.
We could attack with this, but then I guess he just like blocks with that.
No closer.
Propose? That's some pog shit right there. Okay. What's going on here?
Protect and strike.
If he develops, then we can play this and hope for some protection for Teemo.
Careful.
Just looking out for the public.
He did not.
Without me.
The order rewards its
Ooh.
faithful.
This is kind of a waste, but do I just play it as like a unit?
Don't want to die? Don't do terrible things.
I might just play it as a unit.
Courage masks the heart from fear.
Sorry, excuse me. It would be good to play later. I think I'm just, like it attacks good into both of those, right? I just get to go wider and get more damage in. Okay, now if I miss this,
Everyone here? Let's go.
okay. I mean those are the worst ones to get, but it's fine. We can send all these in, which is good. I mean, I guess I could have played this after though, right?
Cracks
Would have been the
goes,
same
bag
thing.
loose.
Yeah.
She gets
Shit.
Well, aren't we an octa?
Oh, I'm playing this deck so fucking stinky, man. Like, I'm supposed to play that after the fucking Wayfinder. For some reason I thought I was not gonna have enough mana. We could have got potentially 3 more damage in. Maybe at 5.
My field is yours.
I could play Yusari. But I kinda like the draw better.
knuckle time.
Step lightly.
I can sacrifice one of these things. I think the Akshan. Is it the best thing to single? I mean, I don't think so, right?
Doing it.
This is justice. This one's trouble.
It will be done.
Okay. I don't really want to block this because I feel like he's gonna rally this turn. If he rallies this turn, we don't die, right? Oh, you don't know.
You're in good hands now.
That's really annoying that I could have him down to 5. Yeah, that's why we saved Notify. Okay, so now when we play this, technically all we need is one of these to connect now that we have both get excited and he has no healing and no deny. All we need is one of these to fucking hit and not to die this turn. We need one of these to hit and then not to die. I think I let that happen, right? Does he have lethal? No point in wasting our burn, I don't think yet.
You cannot run from absolution.
Oh, it levels that up, huh? And lets him predict for like a rally or something.
Night falls.
Fuck! He was holding on to that for a while.
Real.
But it's fine, I think we're fine, right? So one of them connected?
Wonder how much this is.
Yeah, we could have him down to 1, which is a big deal. So we definitely misplayed earlier. Like, ah man. Honestly, I've been playing kind of bad all day. Like little mess ups like this deck.
Finders
Although it's like
keepers.
an elusive cheese deck, you have to be making sure you're banking mana accordingly, like quite often. If you really want to like maximize your win rate, obviously. I mean that goes for like any deck, right? But this one definitely, like there's a lot of times where it's like if you don't plan ahead, you will regret it. And so yeah, he could be at 1 health right now, because if I didn't just get excited, then I would need him to be at 1 right here. Oh. It didn't matter in the end, but it's still incorrect.
Barb.
And it's still good to recognize that stuff so you don't do it in the future.
Careful.
I mean, now we beat Riot Negation at least, which is pretty cool too.
Kinku, hold fast.
It's too late for you.
He doesn't have Riot Negation, I'd imagine, but just in case. Yeah, so we definitely win this. But yeah, my thought process was like, first of all, I don't even remember if I could have. I didn't pay attention to like if I'd be able to play the mask thing after the Kinku, which is annoying because that's like a big part of like the combos of this deck. But also, I don't like. I have this weird paranoia of like developing too much. I feel like I've got punished too many times by developing, and so I try to like develop as little as possible sometimes. But decks like this, you really can't. You can't always be afraid, especially against certain decks like this. And I gotta like snap out of that.